So what's up traders, we're back. In this video we're going to be learning about support, resistance, supply and demand zone. So I'm so excited today, and I'm yet to share this trading skill with you all concerning our trading zone. So now, what is support zone? Right, what is resistance, what is supply, what is demand? I know when you hear supply and demand, the first topic that comes to your mind is economic supply and demand, or buying and selling. You're correct, you're very correct. Right, that is supply and demand in forex trading. Yes, exactly, but it's more chatty. What do I mean? It's more of price. For example, if I let's say iPhone now, iPhone 17 just came out, and let's say iPhone 17 worth 1.5 million euro assumption, right? And that is the demand zone, right? Everybody wants to buy iPhone 17 for 1.5 million euro currently, right? And then let's say later after 2 to 3 weeks, the price of iPhone 17 dropped from 1.5 million euro to, let's say, 900,000 euro, right? You see that zone, that 900,000 euro is now a new demand zone. Everybody will want to buy. In fact, me myself, I will borrow money and go and buy that shit. You get it? So that 900,000 euro is the price level that everybody wants to buy iPhone 17. That is the demand zone. So whenever iPhone 17 reaches that zone, it's going to pump up. Why? Because buyers are so many at 900,000 euro. So because of that, it's now going to buy to the upside and reach a new resistance, because there's a higher, there's a level that iPhone 17 will reach. Everybody wants to sell. For example, now let's use gold. Let's go to our gold charts. Let's go to our gold charts. Currently I don't have gold here, so I'm just simply going to search for it. XAU USD, and let's use Oanda. I like Oanda. Add this to my watch list and flag it. So yeah, so let's use gold for example. Maximize. Gold is currently in 4-1. And you can see that this nigga is just buying. Bro doesn't care about anybody below it. Bro doesn't give a shit. Well, let's currently use gold for example. Alright, let's use gold for example now. Wow, I'm so interested in the price style. So now, give me a minute. Say gold is in 2000, that is 2000 per kilogram of gold, 2000 USD per kilogram of gold currently, right? This level is let's say is a resistance level, right? Whenever gold reaches 2000, let's say this is the highest price gold have ever reached in its lifetime. Alright, there was a time gold was in 2000 before it broke. Let's say this is the highest price gold have ever reached in lifetime. See that whenever gold reaches its highest price, everybody wants to sell their gold. Why? Gold is at its peak. Many sellers of gold will want to sell, because that's when they make the most profit they can ever make, or most profit anybody have ever made on gold. So at this price, selling pressure will be more, right? I mean, the sellers are going to be more than the buyers, right? Because buyers can buy at the higher price, but there are more sellers. So what will happen? The price is going to drop because sellers are now in control. So once the price dropped to let's say 1.8, buyers will kick into the market. Why? Gold was once $2,000 to buy. Now I can buy gold at 1.8. That is 200k, and that is $200 discount. Everybody wants to buy gold at this price level, right? Everybody wants to buy gold at this price, right? Because this is now a very very cheap price for buyers. And then you see price do something like this, a momentum candle, something like this, just one straight momentum candle, then come with just small and starting something like this. So it goes back to the supply zone, then it falls again, something like this. So now this is the supply zone. What am I doing? This is the supply zone. And this is demand zone. What is meaning that there are so many buyers at this zone. Whenever price of gold reaches this 1.800, everybody wants to buy gold because they believe that it's going to yield profits for a long term, and they believe that this is the cheapest price they can ever buy this commodity. Same thing applicable to support and resistance zone. Support and resistance is just a mini version of supply and demand. Supply and demand, you mostly find them on higher time frame. For example, on EURUSD, let me use chart example for you. EURUSD, let me map out EURUSD supply and demand zone on the daily time frame. It's a price level that whenever markets reach that price level, you know that price is going to dump. Like, no one is going to tell you that price is going to dump. EU now has a demand zone. I know that if EU reach this zone, it's going to dump, and that zone is this zone we are looking at. This zone, it's going to buy. I mean, this is the lowest price as for this year range. I believe it's a range of years from 2016 to 2025. This is the lowest price EU have ever reached. So whenever EU reaches here, we all know that buyers are going to take over. There's nothing except a strong news or bad news on EU is currently going on that will make EU to keep losing value at that price level. They want to talk about the supply zone. That is the highest price I've ever reached. It cannot be the big. It can just be within a range. For example, now this can be called the supply zone. Yes, this can be called the supply zone. You can mark this as a supply zone. Yeah, we all know that once EU reaches share is always going to react. Always, like 99% of the time, it's going to react anytime it is to reach here. So this is a demand and this is a supply. This is a demand and this is a supply zone. So this is how you can mark demand and supply zone on your chart. Well, when you want to talk of support and resistance, support and resistance is more like this. This is a support. Alright, this is a support zone. Alright, support and resistance is more like this. I know you'd be like, why is it more like this? Support and resistance is like a smaller supply and demand zone. It's a price level where we know that price, like temporarily, it's not going to be for a very long time. Temporarily is going to react to the zone. Okay, temporarily going to react to the zone. For example, this zone I currently mark is a demand zone, a resistance zone, I mean supply zone, sorry. So this zone is a supply or support zone. What am I saying? This zone is a support zone, right? This is a support for EUR/USD. Whenever market reach this zone, we are expecting EU to buy because we believe that buyers are here. This is a temporary zone, but it's not as strong as this demand and supply zone. Demand and supply zone is more like more orders are there, right? More buys and sell orders accumulate there from institution, banks, and the rest. Is more tougher to break than supply and than support and resistance. Support and resistance is just temporary zone. It don't last for a longer duration like demand and supply zone, right? Support and supply and demand can last for years, right? That's why I also feel, let me call it this should be called a supply zone instead, right? So this should be called a supply zone instead. Let me just leave it like that. So let me go in and search for a valid support and resistance zone. It's always on the solar time frame, 1 hour 30 minutes, right? Supply and demand lasts for years, very long period of time. Whenever market reaches this level, it reacts. Whenever market reaches this level, it keep reacting either to the upside or to the downside. But supply and demand zone are more they're also very strong, but not as powerful and strong as supply and demand. For example, this is a support and resistance zone, but this is a support zone, a resistance zone that turns into a support zone. All right, it's like this from here to here. Is give me a minute. So this is a support and resistance level. So this, I did this to reduce drawing and editing so I can make work more easier and faster. So let's get back to the charts. So we want to mark a very strong valid support zone. Number one, I'm seeing one already. This is a support zone that is very strong and valid. a resistance, so resistance are always the one up, and supply and support are the one down, meaning to support to a resistance. When price reach that level, it's just market react to it, like reject markets, the price, something like that, making it go towards the downside. For example, let me use a drawing illustration. This is going to be, let's say price do something like this, then let me try and make it a little bit smaller so you can understand. Try do something like this, uptrend, again an uptrend, then it's reacting to this level, it breaks this structure, comes down here, it's breaks the structure, comes down here, and then let's say it breaks this level, comes back and start continuing its uptrend, right? This level that price broke was right a resistance level, but the basic price broke this resistance level, it converted into what I know you're getting it already, it's converted into a support level. Sorry, let me just Ctrl C, Ctrl D. Sorry, Ctrl C, Ctrl V. Converted into a support level. Alright, so you can see what price did here. Alright, so this was price acting as a resistance. Then after the break of the structure here, the resistance turned into a support. So price, whenever price comes back, we're expecting price to react towards the upside, right? It's about to react towards the upside. But if price come and do something like this and breaks the structure, then we continue. This becomes right, this becomes what our new resistance level. This become our new resistance level, okay? And that's how we keep going and keep going. So this is just everything you need to know about support and resistance. But let me go further in the chart and show you how it plays in real life. Let's look for support. I'm looking for a very, very visible one, or there are lots of supports here, but I want something that you can easily see and identify. Yeah, I know TradingView is telling me to subscribe for that year plan. This is a support that turned into resistance, as you can see. The resistance that turned into a support. Don't mind me, I'm just so confused today. So this is a resistance that turned into a support. Alright, you can see how price reacted to this level. Price came here, respected it the first time, and then respected it again, respected it again, then broke to the upside. So this was a resistance level, but now it's no more a resistance level again, it's now a support, right? It's now what? It's now a support. You can't call this a resistance anymore because price have broken its way upside. Whenever market reaches this price level, we expect it to react upward. Let me see where price reacted to this level. The price ever reacts to this level. Okay, it hasn't gotten here. But if it gets here, we're expecting it to react, right? Because this is now a support level, and this was the resistance. Let always know about support and resistance, so you can go to your charts and backtest, try and mark out support and resistance. On a normal, this YouTube channel, I know I didn't go too deep because this YouTube channel is designed for me to share my analysis out of good heart to everybody in this trading space, right? Well, I just wanted to sacrifice this time to explain simple market structure, support, resistance, trend line, supply and demand zone. So next, I'm going to teach you guys different strategies. I know a lot of strategies, but I'm going to tell you the strategy that I use to trade in the market. We have so many strategies, right? I know some of the strategy you guys use are price action. Some of you guys use zones. What I mean by zone is like cycle level, right? Whenever price reaches a certain level, you expect a reaction. It's just like support and resistance, supply and demand that we just did, right? We also have so many analysis strategy like smart money concepts, right? We have traders who trade breaks, right? Break, for example, break of trend line, break of structures. We have so many crazy strategy to also have liquidity sweep. We have so let's just pause for there. This is everything you need to know about support, resistance, supply and demand zone. So in our next class, we're going to be working on how to apply some certain strategy in the forex market. And the first strategy I'm going to be teaching you guys is trend line strategy, which is the basic strategy that almost every forex trader in this industry used. That's one of the first strategy we use. So I'm going to show you how to use the strategy correctly, the downside of the strategy and the upside of the strategy, and what you can do, right, to optimize your win rates in this strategy. So that is all for this course. Let's go to the next one.